May 24th, 2019. Our third, and so far, final stop in Indiana takes us to the west side of Indianapolis. Friday afternoon at LaFayette Square Mall. Another textbook dead mall in the region. Let's step inside and get a closer look. Eddie DeBartolo's legacy in Indianapolis all started here with the Lafayette Square Mall. Built and opened in 1968, Lafayette Square Mall was the first enclosed mall in Indianapolis and featured Sears, JCPenney, G.C. Murphy, Kroger, and William H. Block. The mall was also home to a single-screen General Cinema for a brief time. As success began to kick up for the mall, DeBartolo planned for two more malls, Castleton Square in 1972 on the north side of Indianapolis, and Washington Square Mall in 1974 on the east side. Lafayette Square itself would see an expansion in 1974 that would bring forward Lazarus, its sixth anchor. Kroger would be short-lived, its space being demolished in 1975 to make way for Ellis Ayres. In 1987, Lazarus would go for the William H. Block and acquire the brand. The William H. Block store would become Lazarus's new home, while their former pad would be taken over by Montgomery Ward. Then, in 1993, G.C. Murphy would be seen on its way out, starting the trouble period for this mall. (1995) Circle Center would open up as competition to Lafayette Square Mall. At the time, DeBartolo's company would merger with Simon Property Group. Although Simon owned the Circle Center Mall, they would invest a heavy remodel of Lafayette Square around 1998, attempting to bolster its performance. The renovation would strip away much of the vintage charm of the mall, but would bring in new features, like the racetrack theme in the food court near Sears and the fountain in the center court. The renovations seemed to be in vain, however, as Montgomery Ward began liquidations in 2001. This was addressed, however, as Burlington Coat Factory moved in quickly to operate in the first floor of the space. Then, in 2002, Lazarus would close and the space would become home to the Emmaus Christian Church, briefly. In 2005, Lafayette Square Mall would have to compete with Metropolis, a new lifestyle center that sprung up in Plainfield near the airport. More stores began to leave in favor of the new shopping center. JCPenney and Old Navy, whom had came to the mall briefly, would leave the mall behind that year. By 2006, the mall was bleeding national chains, and discount stores would be coming to replace them, accompanied by local stores. Macy's would then acquire and vor Ellis Ayres via the merger of May Company and Federated Department Stores. Simon didn't like where the mall was going, and promptly sold the mall in 2007, which would land in Ashkenazi's acquisition. Ashkenazi's acquisition would then appoint Jones Lang LaSalle as a third party to manage the mall. Ashkenazi did put attention on the mall, remodeling the front entrance and bringing in a combo kiosk with pretzel maker, Maggie Moo's, and Great American Cookies. Shoppers World would even move into the former JCPenney in 2008, and an entertainment complex called Escape would move into the former Lazarus. Once again, these fortunes would be short-lived, as Sears and Macy's both left in 2009. Escape would be replaced by America's Incredible Pizza Company in 2010, while Bath & Body Works, Victoria's Secret, and Andrews Jewelers all closed that same year. In 2011, the kiosk combo of Pretzel Maker, Maggie Moo's, and Great American Cookies would close down alongside GameStop and Radio Shack. The mall was now in free fall. Okay, who exactly are you fooling with that wall over the Sears entrance? Wile E. Coyote? "2012 brought more grim news, with Claire's, then Children's Place, and GNC all on their way out. The mall now had no more original tenants. Although there were a handful of chains still going, the mall was almost entirely comprised of local chains. Most notably, however, America's Incredible Pizza Company would close shop, leaving just Burlington Coat Factory and Shoppers World to continue operations. Problems worsened for LaFayette Square Mall as crime began to spike around the area. LaFayette Square was the subject of crime reports in Indianapolis as property crimes happened in or near the mall regularly. To worsen matters, there were confirmed reports and eyewitness testimonies of violent crimes, including fights, arsons, and even shootings. Although crime rates have gone down in recent years, this cemented Lafayette Square's reputation as a bad mall to be at, with locals nicknaming the mall LaFayette Scare. Things have been rather quiet at Lafayette Square, but months after my visit, news would break that Burlington Coat Factory had closed their doors on August 12, 2019. This left just 3 national chains, Finish Line, Foot Locker, and Champ Sports, in the entire mall. Shoppers World is still present as the final anchor as of the making of this video. What does the future hold for Lafayette Square Mall? Well, only one plan has been announced, and that is to demolish the mall and build industry in its place. Meanwhile, a massive redevelopment of the surrounding area is underway in an effort to revitalize the community. Perhaps this might spark interest for the mall, or the land it sits on at the very least. For now, though, Lafayette Square Mall sits in limbo, waiting. I would love to share my personal thoughts and feelings about this mall, but already, we're near the end. Nonetheless, I do hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of Lafayette Square Mall. This mall has warranted very mixed responses amid the dead mall community, but I personally liked it. I'm willing to forgive all after seeing those fountains. Do like the video if you enjoyed this walkthrough. Share the video if you think others should see it. And why not share your thoughts about this mall if you grew up going here? In addition, you can find me at Minds and Ko-fi, as well as the Dead Mall's Discord if you want to continue discussions about this mall. Until next time, this is Doomie Grunt, wishing you and the Lafayette Square Mall farewell and good luck.